When the dollar collapses, the Amero, as I've already stated, will be the temporary savior for America. Digital gold as a private bank-managed currency will replace all currencies for international transactions. Digital gold is a form of electronic market backed by gold storage. Private clients deposit gold or buy gold reserves from the digital gold bank. Private clients then utilize the digital gold accounts to make or receive international payments. Payment values are determined by the price of gold backing transactions. The Illuminati have now begun to promote digital gold as a private bank solution to the potential devaluation of all fiat currencies. Fiat currency is the one you're using, money that's created out of thin air, backed by nothing. Private bank, digital gold, is a move away from traditional fiat currencies issued by countries like the dollar, where there is no backing by gold or silver, and the currency has a floating value determined by world currency exchanges, the people who buy and sell it. The idea surfaced in January of 2007 in the London Financial Times article by Ben Steele, a guy who sits on the Council of Foreign Relations. When the Council on Foreign Relations is behind something new, you can bet the chances are good that the plan will be implemented. Ben Steele has consistently argued that the dollar as America's currency is outmoded, and that a regional currency should replace the dollar on the way to a one-world currency. He didn't mention the Amero, but that's where it fits in. Gold banks are already existing that allow clients to make and receive digital gold payments, a form of electronic money backed by gold in storage around the globe. Could it be that this Illuminati card game, currency speculation it's called, will lead to this type of a digital gold economic currency? I believe it will. After all, nearly every single change which the Illuminati has envisioned has been enacted only after a scripted crisis has erupted, which has paved the way for the new system. Digital gold may very well be the plan which is in the view from this new card in the Illuminati New World Order card game. Another card named nationalization is out. Now that the government bailout monies are flowing to the key companies which are most in need of an infusion of cash, and which the government has most targeted as the companies to be controlled in the first wave of fascism, the word nationalization is coming up a lot in the Illuminati-controlled mass media. You know, I was one of the very first that mentioned Barack Obama and socialist activities such as nationalizing things. I don't want to get on a high horse or anything, but I believe I was one of the very first people that began talking about him nationalizing the mortgage industry. But so what if I'm not? True fascism allows private individuals to retain ownership of all means of production. I got to repeat that because that is so key. True fascism allows private individuals to retain ownership of all means of production. Factories, mines, distribution of network required to sell the products manufactured. So you see, the Illuminati never lose anything, really. What they do is they gain a lot. All their freedoms are taken away in a fascist situation. Fascist government. But the socialist type of nationalization can prove to be a useful tool along the way to the fascist economy that is coming. If a company or a group of companies provide resistance to the plan outlined by their new government masters, the government could just nationalize the company. Taking you over, fire the current ownership, reorganize the company, and then resell the company to private investors. You can bet the new private investors will thoroughly understand their expected role in complying closely with the new government edicts when that phase of the transformation begins to take place. The details provided the nationalization card are very instructive. It says on the card, play this card any time. The government always has this nationalization ace in the hole when dealing with the old capitalist-style company executives who refuse to go along with the plan. The play this card any time connotation means that this threat does loom huge in the background at all times. The card further instructs that it requires actions by either the Illuminati or the government. Notice that a corporate entity cannot initiate action. Only the Illuminati or the government can begin the action to take a nationalized view of a company. The card also explicitly instructs the target group becomes permanently government. If it was corporate, that alignment is lost. In nationalization, the government becomes the permanent power in the boardroom. Even if the government spins the nationalized company back to private ownership, the former freewheeling days of the corporation is permanently lost. And already, President Barack Obama has announced a top limit on the pay of executives whose government received bailout funds. Bottom line, corporation is permanently eclipsed by the government. The next card I'd like to examine is the one called privatization. The word czar in this picture tells you all you need to know. The automakers already have a czar, and soon other parts of the economy in this brave new world on the fascist economy will be appointed one. This card gives power to the czar, and it takes away from government. By playing this card, a person can even overthrow the government. That portion of this card is now even being activated. The Illuminati New World Order card game has another card entitled Sucked Dry and Cast Aside. I'm told tens of thousands of people feel this way right now. And when you look at the picture on it, you'll notice that the poor man who has had the life sucked out of him is lying on the street within a triangle, the favorite symbol of the Illuminati. Oh, wait, there's more. At the top of the pyramid is a blob, located exactly where the third eye in a witchcraft pyramid is located. The third eye is the most important in pyramid symbolism in the New Age movement. This all-seeing eye represents the third eye of occultists and New Agers, as well as Freemasonry. So, this poor man just had the life sucked out of him by some Illuminati action. This card is deemed powerful as it has a destructive power of 4, except when directed toward the Illuminati itself. But we should not be too surprised by the power given this card, because the pyramid shape is considered to be highly regarded by the occultists. The pyramids symbolize the revival of knowledge that once held sacred in ancient Egyptian times. The secret processes of awakening your soul. The card again is called Sucked Dry and Cast Aside, depicting a poor man who has had the life sucked right out of him and is lying in the street with a triangle. This card is so revealing. One of the most revealing of the new cards, because it is so relevant to today's events. Deliberately triggered disasters in the financial market have left many people feeling exactly like this poor guy. They feel that their life flow has been sucked completely out of them. They feel that they are literally laying on a street strewn with garbage and refuse. It's this type of despair the Illuminati is building its mighty economic empire, known as fascism, on. This is the planned economy of the Masonic Christ, known as the Antichrist. The sequence of events leading to the appearance of the Antichrist in Daniel 7, lines 7 and 8. The hundreds of nations